news on another vaccine. Pfizer says its vaccine provided up to 91% protection against illness 6 months after the second dose, and provided strong protection against the dangerous South African variant. None of those who received the Pfizer vaccine developed severe illness. Tom Costello, NBC News, Washington.
I'm Stephanie Gosk. As the pandemic tightened its grip on the world 1 year ago, these scientists at a Pfizer lab in Chesterfield, Missouri, were given a tall order. Go beat it.
You were effectively shot out of a cannon.
From the very beginning, we were going into this with the mindset of we will be making a vaccine for the world.
Together with a handful of other pharmaceutical companies, that is exactly what they are doing.
Pfizer says it will produce 2.5 billion doses by the end of the year. That's more than 1 billion than their original projection. And every single one of those doses worldwide gets its start right here.
NBC News was given exclusive access to Pfizer's lab outside St. Louis, the first stage of the vaccine production process. This one tube contains the building blocks for more than 70 million doses.
That's remarkable. So she's effectively got the vaccination of a country right in front of her.
Just about, yes.
Next up, these vats. The protective gear prevents contamination.
To be honest, it looks like you're making a Pilsner in here. What part of the process is this?
This is the entire process.
Obviously, you're not making beer.
No.
What they are making is something called DNA plasmid.
The DNA gets made into mRNA. That's the message. And that tells your cells to make a protein that's going to give you the immunity.
The vaccine then starts its journey across the country from Missouri to Andover, Massachusetts, where it is turned into mRNA. Then on to Kalamazoo, Michigan, where the vials are filled. When Pfizer first started making the vaccine, it took 110 days. Now it takes 60, almost half the time. One reason, Pfizer says, is this quality control lab.
There's lots of tests that we perform: strength, purity, potency.
The lab is dedicated to testing only the COVID vaccine, which Pfizer says increases efficiency. The day we were there, samples sent from Kalamazoo were going through the final tests before the batch could be shipped. The scientists here have worked with little rest for months on end, motivated by a virus that a year later still has a tight grip.
We recognize that we still don't have enough for humanity. That's a huge motivation, coming in every day and looking for continuous improvement to get more out as fast as possible.
Stephanie, how has Pfizer been able to increase production?
A number of ways, Lester. Among them, they've started making something called a lipid, which is a big deal because it's a key ingredient that was in short supply. Lester?
A fascinating look inside there. All right, thank you, Stephanie. In just 6